Chapter 1. Shh, quiet, Emma said, trying to hear over the crackling of the fire. Do you hear that? Corinne and her boyfriend, Andy, sat on a log beside Emma. Corinne said, I don't hear anything. Exactly, Emma said. We've been on this trail for weeks. When was the last time you heard nothing? There's always something out there making noise. Suddenly, all the animals and insects are quiet. They both looked around while straining to hear. Weird, Andy said. I wonder if they know something we don't. It's possible, Emma said. Animals are much more in tune with nature than we are. Maybe something is going on that we don't know about. We should be extra cautious tonight. I think you worry too much, Emma, Corinne said. A little quiet never hurt anyone. It's not the quiet that I'm worried about, Emma said. It's what caused the quiet that worries me. Corinne was about to say something, but was interrupted when a fireball streaked over their heads and crashed less than a half-mile away. They saw a flash of light through the trees. A few seconds later, they heard a thunderous sound as the ground shook beneath their feet. They all stood up and looked at the orange glow coming from the forest. Holy shit, Andy said. A falling star, said Corinne. That was a meteorite. I know what it's called, Andy. Let's go check it out. I'm game, Corinne said. What about you, Emma? No, thank you, Emma said. I have no desire to traipse through the woods in the middle of the night looking for some rock. It's too dangerous. It's not just a rock, Andy said. It is a rock from outer space. Oh, come on, Emma. You can't always be the practical one, Corinne said. You need to do something crazy every once in a while. I came on this hike with you two. That's crazy enough for me. You go ahead. I'll keep the fire going until you get back. Are you sure? I hate to leave you here alone. I'm sure. Go ahead. I'll be fine. Corinne looked at Andy and said, She'll be fine. Let's go check it out. They both grabbed a flashlight from their bags and headed into the forest. It was slow going without a trail to follow. In some places, the vegetation was too thick to get through, so they had to go out of their way to get around it. In the distance, they could see an orange glow. That was their beacon. They knew where they had to go. They walked for almost 30 minutes. Most of the way was difficult, but they did encounter a small area without obstacles. When they got close enough, they saw several trees lying on their sides and an elongated rock about the size of a punching bag at the center of a crater that was at least 10 feet wide. The rock was still so hot that it glowed orange. Wow, that is so cool, Andy said. They walked to the crater's edge, and Andy said, Did you ever see anything like that? No, Corinne said. This is so exciting. I feel like I'm on top of the world. I know what you mean, Andy said. Don't you just want to scream? Let's do it, Corinne said, and they both screamed at the top of their lungs. Corinne checked her pockets and said, I want to get a picture of it, but I left my phone in my bag. Do you have your phone? Andy checked his pockets. No. Unfortunately, I left mine back at camp too. Maybe we should go back, grab our phones, and come back here, Corinne said. Emma might change her mind when we tell her what we found. Okay, let's do it, Andy said. They made their way back to camp, but this time at a much faster pace. Beth Hartley had never been what one would call a nature girl. Sure, sometimes her parents would take her to a local nature park, but nothing like where she was now. Shenandoah National Park was way more natural than she had ever encountered in her 26 years. Now, she was about to spend the weekend there with the man she pictured spending the rest of her life with. It was the first time she had been anywhere rural since she started her job 8 months earlier. Her heart beat with anticipation as she opened the door of her cabin. It was at the far end of a group of about 10 cabins. Beth loved the shiny hardwood floors and the beautiful wood-paneled walls that matched the floors. It had an old-world charm that one never saw in the city. A fireplace stood in the center of the far wall. In front of that was the living room. To the left was a small kitchen, and to the right was the bedroom. Next to the bedroom was a bathroom. This is awesome, Beth thought. It was going to be a wonderful weekend. She brought along some wine with crackers and cheese. She thought they could sit by the fire while enjoying a glass of wine and a nice snack. She put the cheese in the refrigerator, brought her suitcase into the bedroom, unpacked it, and put everything in the dresser next to the bed. She brought a sexy negligee that she put on top of the dresser for easy access when the time was right. She removed her business attire and hung them in the closet. She took off her bra and slipped on a t-shirt and shorts. She was about to call John when her phone rang. She picked it up, expecting it to be John telling her he was almost there, but it was her mother. "Hi, Mom." "Hi, honey. Did you make it to your cabin yet?" "I just arrived a couple of minutes ago. It is beautiful here." "That's nice. I'm glad you like it there. What about your boyfriend?" John. His name is John. I'm pretty sure I told you that several times." "I'm sorry, Beth. I must be getting old." "You're 49, Mom. I think you still have a few good years left." "I hope you're right. I want to live long enough to see my grandkids grow up." "I am not ready to think about having kids yet, Mom." "You will when you are with the right man." "What are you talking about?" "I'm with the right man now." "If that is true, why aren't you thinking about having kids?" "I can't do this with you right now, Mom." "I'm sorry, honey. So how does John like it there?" "He's not here yet. He had some business to finish in Roanoke and should be here soon." "Well, okay. I won't keep you. I just wanted to make sure you got to your cabin okay. Call me when you get home and let me know how everything went." "I will, Mom. Thanks for calling. I love you." "I love you too, honey." Beth hung up with her mother and picked up the phone to call John. She then had second thoughts and put the phone down. She didn't want to seem pushy. She looked at her watch and decided he must have finished what he needed to do by now. But why hadn't he called yet to let her know he was on the way? She picked up her phone again and dialed John. He picked up on the third ring and said, "Hi, Beth. I'm sorry. I was about to call you. Something's come up, and I can't make it." "What? What do you mean something's come up? Tell me you are not blowing me off." "What has come up that's more important than spending a nice, quiet weekend with your girlfriend?" "That's the thing, Beth." Just then, Beth heard a woman's voice in the background. "Who are you talking to, John?" "Who the hell is that?" Beth asked. "I'm sorry, Beth. I wanted to tell you. I just didn't know how. I didn't want to hurt you." "Well, you failed miserably, you asshole." She hung up the phone. She wanted to throw it against the wall, but common sense prevailed, and she couldn't do it. She just sat on the bed and cried. She wanted to stop. She was far too tough a woman to be crying over a man. Maybe she wasn't as tough as she thought. She lay there for a long time thinking about her life. She thought about all the mistakes she made and the mistakes she was not going to make in the future, men being one of them. Who needed them anyway? From now on, she was going to keep them at a distance. She would have sex when she wanted it, but no more commitments. It was better that way, both for her career and her happiness. She eventually fell into a deep sleep, waking up only once after having a nightmare about earthquakes, but quickly falling asleep again. Falling Star continues on the next video. For more information on this book and others by this author, please visit charleshuss.com.